Hey everyone, this is Darrell Evans of the 1984 World Champion Detroit Tigers. My favorite show to be on is the Sports Circus with Big Sal.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal. Today's show is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection and peace of mind for less than $1 a day. Legal Shield got up with traffic tickets, texting and driving, DUIs, court appearances, estate planning, even contracts given to you that you don't understand, plus a whole lot more. Call Legal Shield right now for legal help for less than $1 a day at 213-245-1305. That's 213-245-1305. Again, 213-245-1305, or visit them online at nocourt.us and tell them the Sports Circus sent you. And a big welcome to everybody listening in on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast. All right, Nick, you ready for this one?
Lay it on me.
I kind of like this. The Atlantic League is a very progressive league in baseball. Very progressive, and it's one of those leagues where we're going to go ahead and guinea pig, and we're going to try everything that we possibly can, everything that we're thinking about as far as Major League Baseball's, right? Now, as far as Major League Baseball goes, they're always trying to find a way to make it more exciting. Besides, notwithstanding, of course, juicing the baseball. It's a whole nother discussion, right?
Yeah, so
that's a total.
We'll not get into that today.
Well, that's a blue team thing, but
yes.
All right, moving forward. But this is yes. But anyway, this is really cool. I like the idea of the Atlantic League in the second half is going to allow stealing first base. That's very exciting.
This is interesting.
Of course it's interesting, but it's progressive and it's cool.
It is. Now,
it's like being fiscally social and socially, liberal. Same idea, right?
Right.
So this is one of those really cool, unusual pieces of Major League Baseball, and I like the idea that there's the possibility of stealing first base. Now, there's a couple things that go on here. Number one, it could speed the game up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? We do like that because the rule is going to be here. Let me reflect back to all those Angels fans out there, right? All the Angels fans that remember the drop third strike game, which I was at that game, by the way, in Chicago.
Oh wow, look at you.
Yes, I was there. Very exciting. Were you there?
I was not.
Oh
no, unfortunately.
Well, I don't have the boo sound, but that's the best I can do.
That'll work.
Okay. So anyway, what happens here is the pitcher throws a pitch. The ball is not fielded clean. If the ball is dropped, it gets past him, whatever. If the ball hits the ground, even if it's before the catcher gets to it, guess what? The batter could go ahead on any count. They could go and technically try to steal first base.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
You know what? I actually like that, too. And I'll tell you why. Some people, baseball is a weird sport. I think more than any of the other team sports, when you
Why
mess...
is it a weird sport? Why does it got to be
weird?
Well,
it's weird. It's weirder than other sports in that whenever you try to tweak things in the game, people get more up in arms about it than any other sport. But here I like this one because Stealing bases are fun, man.
Listen, that's one of the great things about baseball
Yes.
is stealing a base. It's a very exciting play. I mean, what's the most exciting play in baseball?
Oh, it's stealing the base.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
Okay, what is it?
I'm going to give you 2 more guesses.
Grand slam?
Wrong.
Walk-off homer?
That's strike 3. You're out. The most exciting play in baseball is the inside the park home run.
Inside the park home run's cool.
Right. That one closely followed by the triple play.
Triple play is nice as well.
Yes.
And even a really nicely timed double play is really nice.
No. We're not talking about just nice. We're talking about exciting.
Oh, that could
Very
be exciting,
exciting. Oh, no, come on.
If it's really well timed.
No.
Yes.
No. Just knock it off. No, that's not how it works. No, not for a second. The most exciting play in baseball is still the inside the park home run. All right? And so look at it this way. The idea of stealing a base. Now, what this makes it very interesting because, remember, in small ball, which I love small ball, I like moving the runners over. I like the fact that you don't have to necessarily get a hit to score a run, right?
Right.
So now we have, it could be ball 1. There's a ball in the dirt, and especially in the Angels' case, because they have a liability that got ran over, and that was Jonathan Lucroy. Did we talk about that yesterday?
No, we didn't.
I will get to that in a second. So when you have a defensive liability as your catcher, he's a pass ball machine. When you've got guys like that, what happens? They create an opportunity for guys now to steal first base. And so if it really works well in the Atlantic League, which I'm really hoping it does, you might see it instituted next year in the major leagues. I would love to see that.
I like the potential of how exciting that can get. Because can you imagine how the crowd would get?
It creates mayhem on the base path.
It absolutely does. Can you imagine how crazy the crowd would get? Wild pitch into the ground, the catcher scrambling, the pitcher scrambling, and then you just see the runner
going.
Yeah, and you see the runner just try and go for it.
Dude, that's Little League baseball right there. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of Little League baseball for your soul.
Little League baseball's fun.
The
World Series,
the most pure game on earth.
Little League World Series, I never miss it.
Oh, but now remember, just a few years back in my hometown of Chicago, they were cheating. They were cheating.
Well, it is baseball.
Well, people say, well, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I think
Yes.
that's a bunch of BS.
I agree.
I don't like that. No, listen, winners never cheat and cheaters never win. Bottom line. And you can call me the cliche king just for that one, but not really. All right, folks, we're going to be back here in just a few minutes on the Sports Circus. Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere. Even Jackie, the intern, is videoing right now. Of course, you could be watching us on Ustream and Tiki TV and all the others. Back in a few. Don't go anywhere.
The sports world. It's a circus.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas.
Score, put the ball down, give it to the referee. And I don't even care if you slam it down, but you don't have to dance. You don't have to call your mom on the phone. You don't have to go
The Sports Circus is a 1-hour primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC News, and CNBC radio affiliates, plus Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, WOW cable TV affiliates across North America and nationwide in upscale hotels and resorts on hotel television in all 210 Nielsen-rated markets.
Just like a circus.
Yes, my life is just a party, and parties weren't meant to last. Dickerson.
Jason Hook, Zarbler from Five Finger Death Punch.
Sidney Justin from The Miracles.
My name is Curtis Blow. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I'm here on the Sports Circus.
The Sports Circus brings top sports and entertainment content and is delivered fully produced and is easy pass-through traffic for radio stations. Simply drop the program in your traffic manager, and the full 59-minute, 50-second file will coordinate with the clock. Your local station receives up to 4 minutes of local avails during the Sports Circus broadcast, and it's a great lead to live sports and entertainment.
Well, if you're going to talk about our congressman being crooked, why not talk about commercial products who don't do what they represent to do?
Yes!
Big Billy here. He certainly knows something about making things difficult on the competition.
He's a punisher. Yeah, he just break the ribs.
Yeah,
I still haven't broke someone's collarbone yet in a boxing match.
That's a great statement. I have not broke someone's collarbone in the ring yet.
I've never heard that before.
I can't
Is there a reason you said in the ring?
I can't wait.
Is it that you've broken collarbones just outside of the ring?
You did catch that, right? He said in the ring.
Yeah,
So I was
exactly.
like,
He got him on the curtain. He got him on the edge of the ring and broke his collarbone.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
I had to get Sal's name right.
Well, that never
Sal the floor
happened.
sweeper. That's his new name.
Sal the bookkeeper. Hey,
Yeah,
you know
but
what? I
even
have a
my
lot of
name,
nicknames,
even my
so we'll
last
just
name.
add that one to the bank, you know?
But no, Alicia, you even got my last name wrong. That's why I said my
I know it
colon
starts
was
with a
bleeding.
V. It starts with a V.
He said a V. Really? Quick, where's the punch sound? 400 punches.
Here's the punch sound.
Right, exactly. Here's a real, look, he almost knocked out the microphone.
Alicia, that's why they have cue cards, baby. That's so don't let the name bother you. Just bring a cue card with you next
But
time.
people can't read my name off a cue card.
Well, change your name to Joe Smith or something. Jeez, make it easy.
This is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it on air that'll punch you in the mouth and you'll beg for more. Also, you could call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem. Remember, folks, it's a circus, and we prove it every day.
I want to try to instill some of this winning environment for this particular team. What's been your experience? Kevin, we're going to start with you. What was your experience going from Team A to Team B and bringing that Super Bowl experience to the next team?
You know, they were kind of getting on me, wanting me to chill out a little bit, not play a game on a Wednesday and Thursday. But I always felt that, you know, you got to play at game day speed on Wednesday and Thursday so that you're instinctive and you can play on game day speed on game day.
The Sports Circus is received well on all radio formats and is currently aired on sports, news, and music stations.
Andre Reed,
Mario Andretti,
Herschel Walker,
Roy Firestone,
Mike Haynes,
Jim Jeffco,
Rod Jaworski,
Al Bubba Baker,
Brett Saberhagen,
It's a circus, and we prove it every day.
Aaron Fink, Breaking Benjamin,
Jason Hartlett, drummer for rock legend Ted Nugent,
Matt Starr, drummer for Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Phil Buckman, the bass player in the rock band Fuel.
Hey, brother.
Hey, we know quality content is hard to find, so if you're ready to have the Sports Circus in your market, give us a call right now at 714-948-0100. That's 714-948-0100, or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone.
If you have diabetes, listen up. If you have insurance, you can qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends and spend more time in range, significantly lowering your A1C. More importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and if you've seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for your own CGM right now. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances will cover your CGM, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the Aptiva Medical CGM Health Hotline right now.
800-320-2751. 800-320-2751. 800-320-2751. That's 800-320-2751. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. That's 800-932-5517.
I'm your Ringmaster Sal of the Sports Circus, a primetime nationally syndicated television, radio, sports, and entertainment show. The Sports Circus covers topics others are too scared to talk about. There's no other primetime show like it on here that'll punch you in the face and you'll beg for more. Join me, Hall of Famers, world champions, and all-star celebrity guests for chaos and controversy here on Libsyn and all podcast platforms, plus thesportscircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus and we prove it every day. Where I'm at right here in Southern California as well. That's where I'm at again today, and I will be back here tomorrow, so the sounds may be a little bit off, but guess what, folks? We're on Tiki TV, we're on Ustream, we're on, I think, YouTube, are we also on radio.com as well?
That I'm not sure about.
I thought I heard that earlier from our crack GM here, Mr. Mark. He had said something about radio.com.
I think that is in the works, if not already done.
Okay. All right, well, can we verify that? Because we certainly don't want to tell everybody.
We'll have the answer by tomorrow.
We can't have the answer today? You can't find it today?
Well, I'm doing this.
My concern meter's on 0 with that. I just want to find out if you could actually walk and chew gum at the same time.
I'll poke my
head.
head
Come on,
in.
Nick, you're killing me here.
I'm killing everybody.
Nick, introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you've done here in the past 5-10 years.
I have done this. I am a board operator. I've been here at KCAA for the last 14, 15 months. I am a radio guy. This is all I know how to do.
All right, that's good. And you'll say less and then you'll get more airtime, of course. Right? Just saying. And even intern Jackie, no ums and uhs for you.
Yeah, don't do that.
As she peeks her head, there's the big thumbs up. She peeks her head around the corner. I can see you over there.
And you know what's funny? I've been on the air before, so.
Well, you're right. You were on the air yesterday. You were on the air earlier today with the talk with the other show as well.
I mean years ago.
Years ago. Well, what are you, like 12?
No, I'm 34. I was in my early 20s.
Okay.
I've been doing this for 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
All right. So, look, folks, if you want to call in, we're going to have a little fun here. Call in at 888-909-1050. You have a question, you want to be a part of the circus, bring an army and a lunch. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I believe we're going to have a special guest with us right about now. And I just want to verify that he is calling in. So remember, folks, this is live. And let's see, do we have him with us? And that's what? Okay, perfect. All right, go ahead. Go ahead and send him through. All right. Hey, big man, are you with us?
Yeah.
All right, great. Give everybody a quick introduction of yourself, would you?
What'd you say?
Tell everybody about yourself, introduce yourself, and give everybody about the 30-second on who you are.
I'm Willie Roaf, New Orleans Saints, Kansas City Chiefs, 11-time Pro Bowler, offensive tackle for the NFL from 1993 to 2005.
All right. Willie, thanks for joining us today. Hey, listen, I was with somebody yesterday that you and he played together in New Orleans, and he said, ask Big Willie where his allegiance lies with either Kansas City or with New Orleans. And he said, don't let him avoid the question. I'll tell you who it is in just a moment.
Obviously, I'm from Arkansas. I went to Louisiana Tech. The Saints drafted me from Tech, first Louisiana player that drafted there, and I spent the majority of my time there. So, and I have two children that my youngest daughter's living with me now, and my son's going to college there. So,
right.
I have more ties to the Louisiana, Arkansas side of it because I'm from the South. But those 4 years in Kansas City were very special to me.
So the guy that asked me to ask you that was Jim Everett.
Jim Essence.
Right. So I was with Jim yesterday, having a little lunch. He goes, "Who do you got coming on the show?" And I said, "I got Big Willie coming on." He's like, "Oh, all right. I want you to ask him where his allegiance lies." Because he said, I had the same problem with the Rams and the Saints.
Yeah, he had, Jim. We got Jim from the Rams, and he came over and had some great years. And is he still out there in SoCal?
Yeah, I'm still doing it in SoCal. And I mean, the guy looks like he could play. I mean, he keeps himself in tremendous shape.
Jim doesn't age, does he?
Man, he doesn't age. He and I are both. Yeah. We're both Purdue guys, and I got to tell you, first of all, me standing next to him, I'm 6'1", but I got to tell you, I felt like I was about a foot shorter. And every time I'm with him, it's the same thing. I feel like I got to be on a stepladder or a telephone book when I'm sitting next to him, so at least we're the same height.
Oh yeah, Jim was a great guy. He was a true professional.
Yeah, for sure.
It was fun to protect him, and those were my when we got Jim and we had that offense rolling and he threw for those yards. That's when I started getting a lot of recognition in '94 and '95.
Right. And so, also, by the way, I don't know if you told the listening audience. Of course, you are a Pro Football Hall of Famer as well.
Yes, Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2012.
That's very exciting. There's a lot of guys that certainly belong in there. I think back to playing on the line. Think of a guy like Jerry Kramer. Jerry Kramer and I had a discussion about this for about an hour right after he got the phone call. I think he was 82 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, man, that's a lot of years, man. That's a lot of years to pass. But he finally got his. I'm glad you got yours at the young age. I mean, you certainly earned it, like everybody else that's in there.
Yeah, and what you bring a great point. What's bad about that is if the guy gets in and he he passed away, the family doesn't get a ring. And
that's awful.
A lot of those guys, a lot of guys got in. Dick Stanfield and some of those guys. I mean, they just passed right when they got in. They just passed away. So, put those guys in a couple of years before. Let them have a chance to appreciate it and enjoy it.
Right.
And sad to see some of those guys have to wait, and then they don't get in, and they pass away, and then the family doesn't get to speak. And like Junior, the situation with Junior, but that family doesn't get to speak, in front of because they're not alive, and they don't get a ring either.
Right. Yeah, and I sure hope that Tom Flores gets the knock. I thought last year Tom was going to get the knock. I talked to him right before he got on the airplane to go down to Atlanta. And sure enough, I thought he was going to get it. Everybody thought he was going to get it. But, next year they're going to open it up because, the big anniversary, and there's going to be a lot more inductees. But, a guy like Tom should have been in there a long time ago anyway. It's just that there's just not enough to go around, I suppose,
No, it's a very elite club. It's hard to get into. I think it's one of the toughest halls to be in. And like you said, it's a great honor to be in the Hall of Fame, and especially like in my situation, coming from barely recruited out of high school to be in the Hall of Fame, it was very special for me. And my dad was roommates with a Hall of Famer at Michigan State, Herb Adderley. So it's fun to go up there and hang out and spend time with those guys every year.
So how often do you wear the gold jackets? Come on, man. How often do you wear it?
You know what? I don't wear it.
It's only us, man. You could tell me.
No, I don't. I'm not a person that wears it all the time.
Right.
I wear it when I go to a hall, but other than that, unless somebody tells me to bring it to a function,
right.
I don't really wear it that much. I keep it in the closet, but I pull it out occasionally. But mostly if I have to go to a banquet or something dealing with the hall, I wear it.
Sure. I mean, come on, everybody knows you for what you did on the field, and you don't need a gold jacket to prove it. I mean, sure, you got it if you need it, right? It's like dressing up and dressing down. You just be yourself. I guess if you got to dress up, just go grab that gold one, right?
Yeah, and another thing that happened, too, because I got inducted in 12 before they changed the rings, I got the old ring and I got the new ring.
Really?
So they had the old ring. Remember, they just changed the rings a couple years ago.
Yeah, I didn't know
that.
So
we got two rings. So I gave one ring to my dad.
Oh, that's great.
And then eventually I got the new ring.
That's excellent.
So because I got in the hall, so yeah, I got two of them.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, it's hard enough just to get one, but, I guess from the sheer size of you, they said, well, let's just give this guy 2 of them. This way he's out of our face. All right. Hey, listen, man, we got a call coming in from suburban Chicago, and I think his name is Will. We're going to let him say hello real quick. We're going to carry him over on the break, and I think he's got a question or two for you. How's that? You okay with that? All right. Hey, go ahead and introduce yourself, Will.
Hello, my name is Will McCorkle from Carmel Catholic High School. I'm an offensive lineman, and I am 6'4", 270.
6'4".
That's good size.
Yeah, 6'4", 270. How old are you?
I am 16.
16. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Here's what I want you to do, Will. All 270 pounds of you, I want you to hang in there while we're going to commercial break here in just a moment, and maybe come up with a question or two for Big Willie on the other side, and then we could have a fun little conversation, right? Do a little student-athlete spotlight that we used to do here on the Sports Circus. How's that sound? Good?
That sounds great.
Okay, back here in just a few minutes with Hall of Famer Willie Roaf and Will McCorkle from suburban Chicago. Back in a few minutes here on the Circus. Don't go anywhere.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.
If you have diabetes, listen up. If you have insurance, you can qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends and spend more time in range, significantly lowering your A1C. More importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and if you've seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for your own CGM right now. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances will cover your CGM, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the Aptiva Medical CGM Health Hotline right now.
800-320-2751. 800-320-2751. 800-320-2751. That's 800-320-2751. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. That's 800-932-5517.
Hello, Americans. It's Uncle Sam here. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS or state, don't worry. I've got important news that may help you negotiate a lower tax bill. In today's economy, the IRS has released a variety of new rules and is offering more flexible terms to help Americans looking to settle their IRS debt. If you apply today, we may be able to lift your wage garnishments and release a freeze on your bank assets or business. Our team of tax professionals can resolve your case and stop collection actions against you. Even if you've been audited or haven't filed a return in years, they can help. Call right now and find out if you qualify to settle your IRS debt for far less than what you owe. Pick up your phone right now and call us for a free $500 IRS tax review. Don't wait. Here's the number.
Call right now. 800-950-2049. 800-950-2049. 800-950-2049. For the last time, that's 800-950-2049.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal. This segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, helping your company with strategy, sales and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You'll bring the idea. The American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. Visit them online at abtrustco.com. That's ABTRUSTCO, abtrustco.com, or call 657-600. 1876. That's 657-600-1876. The American Business Trust Company. Call them today. They can help your business right away. And welcome back to everybody listening in on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from coast to coast here in the Southern California studios today. And we're on with Big Willie Roaf, Pro Football Hall of Famer. And also we even have a holdover caller who's a student athlete from suburban Chicago. His name is Will McCorkle. Are both of you still there? Big Willie, you first.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. And Will? Little Will. It's hard to say little when you're 6'4", 270. You still here?
Yes, sir.
All right. I understand you got a question for Big Willie. What do you got?
I do. And my first question is, since you've begun, how has the game evolved with things like footwork, body types, and playmaking?
I think the game has evolved, but it's still the same. I mean, you need balance of footwork and real good balance. Use your hands. All those things are essential, and especially making a good line. So I think it's evolved a lot of, and the guys getting out in space and running more. You know, we got out in space a lot. I think that has, but I think the game's still the same as far as you got to get out there and use your hands and use your footwork. You know, I think they may pass the ball a little bit more now than we did, but it's still the same.
Good, Will.
All right. And I would also like to ask you about, do you think the game has become safer?
Yes, I think they're trying to make it safer. I think they shortened down training camp. If guys did get concussions, guys would just play to them, or if you get something or get dinged up in practice, something, you let them know. There's not as much contact in two-a-days, and they take collisions real seriously now. You know, they have stuff now that can measure your heart rate and everything with the uniform. In practice, they can measure how much you're sweating, how much you're working, how much you're burning. I mean, it's so much more high technical now than it was. So, yeah, I think the new innovation stuff is definitely getting better. And I think the helmets, we didn't have these helmets, but I think the helmets are probably make it a lot safer for guys too.
So let me ask you this, Willie: when you were playing, let's go back to your college days, because I mean, a younger Will here, we'll say little Will. It's hard to say little, but little Will is, 16? I think he's in your third year of high school. Isn't that right, little Will?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so going into your third year, obviously you're going to go that collegiate route. But what about the distractions? When you get into college, you make that transition, Big Will. When you make that transition, how do you avoid the distractions, whether it's parties or this or that or whatever? how do you stay focused? Because it's real easy to get yourself distracted, I would imagine, especially being at the top of your game.
Well, I was lucky that I went to a small school, so I went. I didn't go to the bigger schools. Didn't really recruit me because I was undersized. I was a basketball player in high school too, so I was about 230, 235 when I came out. And I went to La Tech, and Grambling was down the street. We could go there, but it was a small town, and I wasn't at Alabama or over in the USC, so we had something to prove, and we just stayed focused. So I'm glad I went to a smaller school. I got a lot of personal attention, and just everything worked out for me by going there.
That's a really good point, and I think with all the distractions at the big schools, I got just as a college recruiter on my side, I've been doing that for about 20 years. I'm an academic recruiter. And I understand, Big Willie, what you were saying, because, look, it's easy to get caught up when you're in the big program with the big everything, right? Whether you're in one of the Power Fives versus maybe one of the smaller schools. Maybe you're in the Group of Five or even smaller than that. Yes, you do get the attention, and now with today's technology, you're going to get the looks no matter what. It's just some people are going to have to dig a little farther. But if you're good, you're going to get found. Isn't that fair to say?
Yeah, it's fair to say. And then you have a lot of these kids now, if they don't have the right parenting background, which I did, they get caught up in all the recruiting and this and that, and then they play the schools off each other, and it becomes a game, and you get your word, you stay with it. But I only had 2 offers, so it was, D1 La Tech was just going Division I the next year, so. You start recruiting those guys that are those high recruits. I mean, and they're getting they've been recruited. Some of them have been recruited heavily since they're 9th, 10th graders. So
right,
they have a lot of egos and thinking they're already in the pros, and you still got to put in the work and stay focused to try to get to that next level. It's hard to get to the pros and stay at the pros for a long time.
Right. All right. We have time for one more quick question, Will. Go ahead and get it out there.
And what's one tip you can give me that will help me fulfill my dream of playing football in college and then possibly the NFL?
Make sure you work on your fundamentals, finish your blocks, and just make sure you keep keep doing your schoolwork, and especially if you get to college, and make sure you have that degree. And I wish you the best and stay healthy, but you're going to have to just keep working and keep getting stronger and that lateral quickness, but keep working on that footwork and just get strong, stay in that weight room, and just keep getting as best as you can. But make sure you get to school, keep the schoolwork up.
All right. That's great advice. All right, so, hey, listen, Big Will, let me ask you this. Out of all the post-playing day, and look, you have a family and so forth, what are you interested in? What's Big Willie doing these days?
Well, I had a business that we had going for a little while that we're going to probably get back on again. It was Premier Game. It looked like a game when it went on your car, or it was a hat.
Right.
And and the plates, fans, pictures, being able to put them in plates with their favorite player, give them that experience from the ballpark, because everybody has their cell phone and it's a selfie generation. So, I'm still working on that and, trying to get something going with that part of what I was doing. And, other than that, I'm here with my wife. I've been married for, going on 6 years, and
right.
Got my daughter living with me. I got 2 grandchildren. I got a son in college, and I got another daughter that's going to college down here. So,
that's great.
The kids are growing up, and during football season, I get busy because I'm traveling, going to games and going to different football stuff. But at the football season, most of the time I'm at home a lot, and watching sports or just trying to stay busy around here.
Sure. Okay, so I have to ask only because there's a lot of people that were still very bent out of shape about that alleged no call in the NFC Championship game. What are your thoughts on that in 30 seconds? The targeting nonsense. Oh, come on. That should have been 1st and goal on the 7, right? 3 knees and a field goal, the game's over. Right or wrong?
Yeah, you're talking about the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they fixed it. You know, that it shouldn't have been a no call. Should have been a call.
Right.
They should have. I don't know why they couldn't have reviewed it and saw it was a no. It should have been a call. But they hopefully they won't be able to do that again.
Right. I mean, the targeting bit, they should be able to stop the game. You know, they do that in college. They should be able to stop the game in the pros, and they should be able to go right to New York for that and say, hey, that was targeting. That's an automatic 15-yard or half the distance to the goal. Puts the ball on the 7-yard line, and game's over. Period.
And Drew was the Purdue guy, right?
Yes, he was. In fact, I was a senior when he was a freshman there. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Did you know he was going to be that good?
Hell no. No, in fact, he took over for a guy by the name of Billy Dickin, and Billy Dickin went on to play arena football. But Drew, I tell you, when I knew Drew was going to be good was when it was the Alamo Bowl, and I saw him come back twice against Kansas State. It was ranked. Lots more to come.
The sports world. It's a circus.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas.
You know, score, put the ball down, give it to the referee. You know, and I don't even care if you slam it down, but you don't have to dance. You don't have to call your mom on the phone. You don't have to go
The Sports Circus is a 1-hour primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC News, and CNBC radio affiliates, plus Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, WOW cable TV affiliates across North America and nationwide in upscale hotels and resorts on hotel television in all 210 Nielsen-rated markets.
Just like a circus.
My life is just a party, and parties weren't meant to last. Dickerson.
Jason Hook, Zarbler from Five Finger Death Punch.
Sidney Justin from the Miracles.
My name is Curtis Blow. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I'm here on the Sports Circus.
The Sports Circus brings top sports and entertainment content and is delivered fully produced and is easy pass-through traffic for radio stations. Simply drop the program in your traffic manager, and the full 59-minute, 50-second file will coordinate with the clock. Your local station receives up to 4 minutes of local avails during the Sports Circus broadcast, and it's a great lead to live sports and entertainment.
Well, if you're going to talk about our congressman being crooked, why not talk about commercial products who don't do what they represent to do?
Yes!
Big Billy here. He certainly knows something about making things difficult on the competition.
He's a punisher.
Yeah, he just break the ribs.
Yeah,
I still haven't broke someone's collarbone yet in a boxing match.
That's a great statement. I have not broke someone's collarbone in the ring yet.
I've never heard that before.
I can't
Is
wait.
there a reason you said in the ring?
I can't wait.
Is it that you've broken collarbones just outside of the ring? You did catch that, right? He said in the ring.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
was like,
He got him on the curtain. He got him on the edge of the ring and broke his collarbone.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
I had to get Sal's name right.
Well, that
Sal the floor
happened.
sweeper. That's his new name.
Sal the bookkeeper. Hey,
Yeah,
you know
but
what? I
even
have a
my
lot of
name,
kids,
even my
so
last
just
name.
Add that one to the bank, you know?
But no, Alicia, you even got my last name wrong. That's
Well,
why I said my
I know it
colon
starts
was
with a
bleeding.
V. It starts with a V.
He said a V. Really? Quick, where's the punch sound? 400 punches.
Here's the punch sound.
Right, exactly. Here's a real. Look, he almost knocked out the microphone.
Alicia, that's why they have cue cards, baby. That's so don't let the name bother you. Just bring a cue card with you next
But
time.
people can't read my name off a cue card.
Well, change your name to Joe Smith or something. Jeez, make it easy.
This is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus. Why listen to the same old dog and pony show that you've heard all day long? The Sports Circus covers everything that other shows don't or are too scared to cover. There's no primetime show like it on air that'll punch you in the mouth, and you'll beg for more. Also, you could call in and participate with our chaos if you dare. Join me and celebrity guests for Havoc and Mayhem. Remember, folks, it's a circus, and we prove it every day.
I want to try to instill some of this winning environment for this particular team. What's been your experience? Kevin, we're going to start with you. What was your experience going from Team A to Team B and bringing that Super Bowl experience to the next team?
You know, they were kind of getting on me, wanting me to chill out a little bit, not play a game on a Wednesday and Thursday. But I always felt that, you know, you got to play at game day speed on Wednesday and Thursday so that you're instinctive and you can play on game day speed on game day.
The Sports Circus is received well on all radio formats and is currently aired on sports, news, and music stations.
Andre Reed,
Mario Andretti,
Herschel Walker,
Blake Firestone,
Mike Haynes,
Tim Jeffco,
Rod Jaworski,
Al Bubba Baker,
Brett Saberhagen,
It's a circus and we prove it every day.
Aaron Fink, Breaking Benjamin,
Jason Hartlett, drummer for rock legend Ted Nugent,
Matt Starr, drummer for Ace Frehley from Kiss,
Phil Buckman, the bass player in the rock band Fuel.
Hey, brother.
Hey, we know quality content is hard to find, so if you're ready to have the Sports Circus in your market, give us a call right now at 714-948-0100. That's 714-948-0100, or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal. This segment is brought to you by Place Your Bet. If you like to bet on sports games, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, the NFL, maybe even college football, and the MMA, and you're looking for a real bettor's edge on the casino sportsbook, call Place Your Bet right now at 702-799-9935 and subscribe. Place Your Bet uses money movement to determine its picks, just like the casino odds makers. In fact, they're the guys the casino don't want you to know about. Call Place Your Bet right now, 702-799-9935, 702-799-9935, and subscribe or visit them online at placeyourbet.vegas. Get winners and cash tickets today with Place Your Bets. And tell them the Sports Circus sent you. And a big welcome back to everybody streaming the show live at thesportscircus.com and those listening in on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates from Honolulu all the way to New York and all the way down to the Florida Panhandle, a bunch of points in between. And we're here with Big Willie Roaf, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Willie, I got to ask you, what is your position on legalized in-game betting with the casinos, for example, even with football?
Well, I mean, you mean they can gamble during the game?
Yeah, they could bet on per play, what plays come in, this and that. It's obviously an effort to get everybody involved with some kind of an interest, even those non-athletes that are basically stuck behind a computer all day.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if guys want to, you know, if that's something in and they want to gamble and spend their money doing it, that's fine. I mean, you know, as long as it has nothing to do with the teams and the players and everything, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, technically, I don't see anything wrong with that either. But the thing that bothers me is that every pro game, whether it's baseball, college, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, every game, especially football, has over $200 million bet on it. That's a lot of money, buddy, a lot of lettuce, right? And you think back to when you're living down in San Clemente, right? Down in Southern California here. I love it down there. San Clemente is really a pretty place. So
yeah, it was.
Right? So think about all the money that's floating around a place like that. There's some pretty big homes down there on the shoreline. But that's a lot of money. And the reason I say it's a lot of money like that is because, to me, it opens the door and the possibility for damaging the integrity of the game. That's where I have a problem with it. I'm not saying that anyone's doing it, but I look at, for example, that final non-call, that no pass interference, that no targeting call in the Saints and Rams game. And to me, that screamed there was some kind of a damage to the integrity of the game. You could say it was a missed call and this and that, but I'm the conspiracy guy.
I'll say this, too. I'll add a point to that. Why were all the referees from Southern Cal reffing the game?
Right. Exactly.
Why would they have all the refs? The refs should be neutral. If you're going to ref a game, you shouldn't be from the area that one of the team plays everybody. Doesn't make any sense.
That's right. And I think it was set up in the game also because you may recall there was a story that came out, Willie, before the game officiating crew was announced. And some of the Ram fans were really upset because with this crew, the Rams, with their record, I think was 1-8 or something terrible, or 0-8 with this officiating crew. And so I almost think that those guys were inserted purposely, and then certain things happened, or I should say did not happen, just to say, oh, well, hey, look, even with the wrong guys, the Rams still won. To me, it screams foul play. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I will say this. I don't care what the record is. I don't want the guys reffing it that are from that town. Like that's like them playing in New Orleans, and all the refs live in New Orleans. I think the refs should be from neutral sites where it's unbiased about the team.
Right, and I absolutely agree with that. I mean, how many times have you been on a field and you've seen a questionable call? Let me ask you this. Out of all the games you played, look, you're the 1990s all-decade team. You're on the 2000s all-decade team. I mean, that's crazy. But out of all the games that you've played, how many times have you seen something, or better yet, give me an example of something that you've seen on the field when you were playing that you just couldn't explain because it's the exact opposite, or it was called maybe the exact opposite of what it should have been?
In the 2000 divisional playoffs was Randy Moss catching two pitch routes and running past the corner and turning up and running past the safety and scoring touchdowns, and nobody touched him.
How does that happen?
He's that fast.
I know. You blink your eye, boom, he's gone right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so out of all these games, how many games did you play? You played, 170 games thereabouts? Is that about right?
I played in, it ended up being a total, I count them the Pro Bowls.
Right, everything.
I played in 189 regular season games. I played in two playoff games, and I played in three playoff games, and I played in 8 Pro Bowls. So I counted as an even 200.
Yeah, I was going to say that's 200 games. All right, so all your conditioning, you think about whatever downtime you've had, did you find that as you got towards your last couple of years that your recovery time was maybe double or triple of what it was when you started? Or was it kind of the same all the way through?
No, the older you get, your body, you feel a lot more. And the older you get, when we played, we were getting Toradol shots. We call it vitamin T.
Right.
And you take the anti-inflammatories, you get the massages, you go to the chiropractor, you get the shots, every game day. My last few years in Kansas City. And, we did play on grass. That helped. But what happens is as soon as you stop the football season, you go back home or wherever you're going, well, you stop doing all the massages. You stop doing the shots. You stop doing the anti-inflammatories. And your body needs time to adjust to not doing all that. Well, the hitting adds up, but as you get older, the hits add up. Like my first few years, I would see guys on 5-6 years. I'd be like, man, why are they going to the chiropractor? Why are they doing this and getting all the massages? Well, I started figuring that out when I got about 30 years old.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of like the magical number. We see that a lot of times when these guys will sign a new contract at 31, 32 years of age, and it seems like that's when the body starts to really break down. That's when all the injuries seem to pile up, and it doesn't matter what sport it is. Out of the big four, it seems like 32, 33, man, that's the magic number. Is that fair to say in football?
Yeah, and I think they say 32, 33 might be your, peak year. But, when that body starts to break down, man, And it's weird. It's just your body can only take so much of that running around doing that in any sport. So, I think I was very fortunate to stay in the league for 13 years.
Right, absolutely. All right, listen, Willie, we're running on time here. Why don't you, if you want to get your social media out or whatever, or your companies, anything that you want everybody to know about, how they could follow you, go ahead and take a few seconds and talk about that real quick.
Yeah, I just want everybody to follow me at Willie _Roaf, WILLIE_Roaf, ROAF, on Twitter and Instagram, and see what we're doing and what we're up to, and that's about it. I wish everybody a good summer, and don't get too hot.
All right. Well, folks, that was Willie Roaf, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and just a really cool guy. Willie, thanks for joining us. You're always welcome back here on the circus. And for Willie, I'm your Ringmaster Sal, and we'll see you next time right here on your favorite station. Until then, so long, everyone.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm Roy Firestone. Now it's time to throw it back to Sal.
My favorite one had to do with the Green Bay Packers. And I love the fact that they dealt off Ty Montgomery because of a blown assignment. Green Bay isn't Green Bay unless they have a good running game. Then they can win 10 Super Bowls. The fact is, you don't have a running game. You've got 70% passing, and that's not where Aaron Rodgers needs to be. He needs to be in a position where he's got a running game to offset the passing game and so forth. I like the move. Green Bay didn't have a running game anyway, so all they're doing is saying, we're going to get rid of you because you don't follow instructions.
Well, he made one of the most boneheaded plays I've ever seen. There's 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. They traded him on Tuesday.
They should have cut him on Sunday night.
He shouldn't have been on the plane back to Green Bay.
Right, they should have made him walk back to Green Bay.
No, it was a terrible play. Now, he's not a stupid guy. He went to Stanford.
Really?
He's not a dumb guy.
He's not a dumb guy, but he doesn't follow instructions.
He made a terrible play.
The fact is he didn't follow instructions. And you say he's not a dumb guy. His own agenda he put ahead of his team.
I agree.
Thus, he is a dumb guy. Right or wrong?
Wrong. He just got selfish. You're not going to convince me that a guy from Stanford's a dum-dum.
No!
This is Sidney Justin from The Miracles.
So you heard yesterday's show at Roy Firestone. Didn't you hear a little clip about him going into the office where Smokey was at? That was really good material, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really funny, man.
Yeah, and then you heard him.
I thought it was hilarious. It was cool, though. It was cool. Really cool story, man. I enjoyed listening to that.
Right, and then he gave a couple of bars. Can you give us a couple of more from Ooh Baby Baby? And let's see if you could do it better than Roy Firestone. Come on, man!
All right, you know what? Why not? I did you wrong. My heart went out to play, but in the game I lost you. What a price to pay. Hey, I'm crying. Ooh, baby, baby. How's that, man?
That's
Is that okay? Is that good enough?
That's incredible. That's fantastic.
You know why? Because that's what you do. You're in the incredible business, Sid. That's awesome. Yes. Only on the Sports Circus. You're going to get sports. You get music.
If you served in the Marine Corps, by now you know about the contaminated water problem at Camp Lejeune. If you were stationed or worked at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, you probably have a lot of questions. We have some answers. You could be entitled to compensation. Billions of dollars are being allocated to pay for damages to anyone stationed at Camp Lejeune during that time. Unfortunately, it appears that officials may have known the contaminated water problem existed and did little to protect their men. The Semper Fi Code was not honored. If you or someone in your family has developed a serious illness, including various forms of cancer, call this Camp Lejeune legal support line right now. You can't turn back the clock and change what happened, but you can certainly call right now and learn your rights as a Marine. Here's the number.
Call 800-335-7196. 800-335-7196. That's 800-335-7196. Paid for by Legal Alert Line.
I'm your Ringmaster Sal of the Sports Circus, a primetime nationally syndicated television, radio, sports, and entertainment show. The Sports Circus covers topics others are too scared to talk about. There's no other primetime show like it on here that'll punch you in the face and you'll beg for more. Join me, Hall of Famers, world champions, and all-star celebrity guests for chaos and controversy here on Libsyn and all podcast platforms, plus thesportscircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus and we prove it every day.